Hey guys, what is going on? Slayer27 here today, and welcome back to the channel. Now, the past couple days I've been experimenting with online lobbies, trying to determine which class that I like to race, or where most of the mayhem happens, where people like to wreck people at, and really there wasn't a definitive answer. I couldn't find a particular place that I like to be, that I was happy to be, and that I was fairly competitive at. So, something caught my attention after I took a break, did whatever, and then came back to the game. And I saw this ABC mode. Now, I've seen it before, and I've never done it. Or at least up until yesterday, I've never done it. And it caught my attention, because it said multiple classes of cars. Now, what I figured was, okay, so does that mean I get to choose the class that I get to drive? And are there faster cars and slower cars on the track? Yes and no. So today we're going to take a look at that, and we're going to see how that went. And the car you guys are looking at right now is my S-Class car, which I'll get into that when we get to that race. There are 3 of them today, and I hope you guys enjoy. I promise I have no ovals today, so there should be no boring races. And without further ado, let's get into it. Alright, so here we are in the first race. It happens to be at Watkins Glen, one of my personal favorites. And one of the things that I noticed whenever I was in the lobby, I was trying to pick my car, right? Trying to decide what class I wanted to pick. Well, it turns out that the game decides for you. And I decided that that's really, really interesting. I mean, you know, you're not just sticking to the cars you're comfortable with. You kind of have to branch out a bit, right? And we kind of got, or we didn't kind of, we did get thrown into B class. Pardon my awful English today. So yeah, we got thrown into B class, and the car that I chose to drive was a Lexus. I think it was the, I don't remember, it's a 350, something like that. I'm not quite sure what the first half of that name is. But yeah, so the way this works is that you've got 4 different classes on the racetrack. You have C, B, A, and S. Now, typically speaking, I stick to the lower class. Or at least most of the time whenever it's in my control, I stick to the D, C, and B classes. That's just, you know, that's where all of my favorite cars are, really, so that's what I choose to drive. So I never had an A-class car, and I never had an S-class car until I started doing this. And yeah, I think this is the race that I might have walked away from everybody in my class. Anyway, I digress. So the way that these different groupings work on the racetrack is there are about 4 or 5, there happens to be 5 in this race, people in each class. Now, there's not, I guess I should change the way that I said that. There's not 5 people per class. It's just kind of however many people are in the lobby or whatever, and there just happen to be 5 people in the B class during this race. Now, one of the more interesting aspects about this kind of racing is that since you do have faster cars, and a good most of the time you're driving faster cars than a handful of other people, you have to deal with slower traffic and or faster traffic. So, how does that affect the way that you race? How does that affect the way that you strategize your race? The way you pass, the way you wait, the way you keep away from people, things like that. And what do you do to avoid unnecessary collisions? Well, what I found out is more often than not, the people in this like racing league series thing are relatively clean racers. I didn't have an issue with anybody, and I did this for about 4 or 5 hours straight, something like that. As long as you treat people with respect. As you see that RX-7 right there that just kind of flew by us, sucked our doors off, it's probably an A or C or S class ride. And I have been watching my rearview mirror the entire time, just because I don't want to be in the way. I want to make sure that I don't have... What the hell? Okay, sorry. I wanted to make sure that I wasn't blocking any of the fastest cars coming up behind me. So, yeah, you just kind of have to be aware of what's going on, be aware of the cars that you're racing, the cars that you're not particularly racing for position. So that RX-7 is doing its natural thing, sliding out a little bit. I like it. So yeah, you just kind of have to be aware of what's going on, and you really have to think about the racetrack itself, more of how to plan your attacks and how to, decide when to be defensive. As you see, this Lamborghini no, it's a LaFerrari. My bad. No, it's an Enzo. I apologize. It's not red, so I don't notice what it is. I'm so sorry. Don't hate me. Anyway, so yeah, as you guys can see, I knew he was coming up on me. So I wanted to do the respectful thing and give him the preferred line. Why would I give him the preferred line, you might ask? Because he's got a faster car, and if he spins me out, I have absolutely no chance of catching back up to him to spin him back out. So avoid all confrontations if you can. Now the cars we're coming up against are, I believe, C-Class cars. They have to be, because this thing is just all over them. And you see, these two guys are in fact fighting for position. So what you have to do is... Fuck. Sorry, my phone is going off. Go away. I apologize. So anyway, what you have to do is you have to be considerate of their battle. And these guys are going for it right now, man. So yeah, be considerate of the battle. Don't get in either one of their way. You know, if you can pass them in a straight line. However, right here, I believe, yeah, the Camaro went out a little wide. And I got a little overzealous. Oh, no, I didn't. That's right, I forgot. That, those two A and S-Class cars came out of absolutely nowhere and blocked me in. But the Camaro, unfortunately, drove himself off the racetrack. So yeah, you know, just this whole new, like, I say new to me, because this is the first time I've ever done it. Online mode, it offers a different form of, like, aspects of the online racing. And all in all, I would say that I was pretty impressed with the way the dynamicy of the entire environment worked. So yeah, you know, like I was saying, obviously this guy's a C-Class car. He's far away from his leader, or far enough away from the leader in his class, that if you get up to him, he's probably not going to do anything too stupid. I wouldn't think so. God, I hope not. So what we're going to do, if we get up to him, I don't remember if I quite got up. Yeah, it looks like we did. So what we're going to do is we're just going to take it as nice and slow as we can. Actually, as I'm watching this race, I do actually remember me and that guy did have a couple of issues a couple of races back that I didn't have recorded. It was bad, dude. It was bad. That's all I'm going to say. So, yeah, this race is about closing down. This Lexus absolutely walked away from the competition. This thing does so well. Like, I built it in like 5 minutes or something like that. And it's just, this thing is gnarly, man. I absolutely love this car. Completely miss my gears. Because I'm a pro and that's what we do. That's what we do. So yeah, I think after this race, I'm going to show you my, not my A-Class race. A-Class race? Yeah, anyway, so I'll see you guys over there. I'll see you guys at the A-Class race. I believe it was the Buggati Circuit at night. So anyway, I'll see you guys there. Alright, so here we are, getting ready for the race to load up. There we go. At the Circuit de la Sarthe, Buggati Circuit. Yeah, sorry, my mind completely went blank. So another really cool thing about the whole ABC thing is that it's staggered starts. Now, you would probably, at least I know I did, expected that, honestly, because you don't need S and A class cars starting off with B and C class. In this race, we were driving an A class Jaguar Project 7, I believe. It's one of the F-types, I think. I think that's what it's called. And this is like my first dedicated A-class car, so if I'm not driving very well, it's because I haven't quite gotten it dialed in yet. So yeah, I quite like this racetrack. This is a wonderful racetrack, except for that fucking curb. I hate that fucking curb. It's so bad. Going along there, scooting along at like 65 miles an hour. Well, I guess technically you'd be going a little bit slower for that turn, but it happens everywhere on this racetrack. And yeah, you just go right over that curb at the wrong angle and it fucking slows you down, man. It's worse than the old sticky grass. Anyway, so yeah, so I don't believe that I checked out from this race. It's, yeah, I suck here, and I'm not very good with this car yet because I haven't quite gotten dialed in. But yeah, so anyway, this was a really fun race. Now, the fact that we're in a higher level, a higher rated class, we have a whole new challenge. Last time we were driving B class, which, you know, they're moderately fast, but they're not absurd. But A class, you know, that's just right underneath S class. So I'm going to have to deal with slower traffic, I should say, because technically we did come up to some old American cars. I don't know what the hell happened there with that dude. Yeah, we did come across some really slow old cars in the last race in C class, but Anyway, so yeah, so we're going to have to deal with some lower and some slower rated cars. And as of right now, well, I say that, getting ready to say my thought, and then realize I actually have someone right behind me. So yeah, you know, we're gonna have to plan our attack. Oh, he's an S-Class car. That doesn't matter. Never mind. So yeah, I'll try to finish my thought. I promise. I'll get there eventually. So now that we have to actually chase down some slower cars, we have to worry about. Not only do we have to worry about our class, we have to worry about getting through these guys fast enough so that we don't lose time. Now, on a track like this on Sarthe, I believe that. At least I don't believe. Again with the fucking curb. Sorry, that curb, man, it denies physics. Now this guy, I believe he is a higher class than we are, so we're not going to fight him. Yeah, okay, I'm going to go back to what my original thought was. So you see we come up here against this really slow Subaru who for some reason didn't get the fuck out of the way. I guess he did what he could. I guess I shouldn't really bitch, but... Anyway, so yeah, we have to really try to figure out how to get around them quicker and not lose time to the people in our class. How do you do that? Well, it really depends on the situation. This track is unforgiving, to be honest. I don't know, it could just be the fact that I suck here. I mean, this would be a hell of a lot easier if it was a daytime so I could see the fucking braking boards. But that doesn't look like that's gonna happen. What the fuck is going on? I'm just gonna weave right through here. See you later, S13. So yeah, you know, you have to make sure you don't lose time. And, you know, the situations change from corner to corner, from lap to lap. And that is, you know, that's expected. That's racing. It's like that in any form of racing. It doesn't matter what the hell you're doing. It's never going to be the same on the next lap. So, how do you prepare for that? How do you prepare for a battle? How do you prepare to defend whenever you're also having to worry about these slower cars? Well, what I tend to do if I'm paying attention like I'm not right now, see what's going on right here? This is an example of what not to do online. Like, he was in a lower class car, and I understand that I went wide, but he should not have gotten to my inside. Just saying. Just saying. Anyway, yeah, so what I tend to do is if I'm having to defend for a position, even if I have to go really slow, I tend to stay towards the inside of the corner, because that is the shortest way around that corner. Any given corner, I should say. But, you know, what if you need to make a pass? Well, if you need to make a pass, my friends, I'm sorry, but there's really not a tip that I can give you for that, simply because, like I was saying earlier, it's all situational. You can't just, oh, well, Chair Slayer said this, so it's going to work 100%. No, guys. Much as I wish it worked like that, it doesn't work like that. Yeah, so, you know, you just kind of have to prepare yourself. You have to be ready. And if you guys have to sacrifice a position for a corner or two, or for even a whole lap, it's not the end of the world. As you guys will see here, really what I'm worried about, what I'm really focusing on, because that dude kind of pushed everyone up in the way, is I'm just worried about running my own race. I'm not going to try to get the fastest lap time of the race. I'm not going to try to, you know, be faster than this guy is on one particular sector of the racetrack. I'm just going to run my own race and let the game play out. Because really, in all honesty, that is the best way to get a good finish. It really is. Oh, I also forgot to mention, there's only 3 of us in this race, so second place really isn't that good. Hell, I'll take it. If the race ended right now, I'd fucking take it. God, this thing. Yeah, you know, I love this car, and it sounds amazing, and it's a hell of a lot of fun to drive, and it's really quick on the launch and out of the corners, but keeping it straight, man. Keeping it straight. Let's see, we're coming up to the last lap. Oh, man. Yeah, so, you know, I think I'm just going to go for a cruise here. Like I said, I'm not going to try to, you know, be the quickest dude out on the racetrack. I'm surprised we haven't come across more S-Class cars. Where the hell are they at? Are there only 1 or 2, or do they just kind of suck? Oh, is that Jeep? Dude, okay, so that Jeep that I was racing against, I seriously underestimated it. However, the tune was from Raceboy, and I totally balls that up. That was totally professional, guys. Totally professional. yeah, anyway, so that Jeep was tuned by Raceboy77. Now, if you guys don't know who that is, you need to get your homework going on and, you know, look him up, because he does some killer grip tunes. And anything he tunes is fucking fast. Absolutely fucking fast. That thing was hauling ass. And races after this, races previous to this, I was fucking shocked, man. Seriously underestimated. That's another tip that I have for you guys. Don't underestimate people. Seriously, don't do that. That not only does that make you look like an asshole, but when you get beat by them, it makes you look like a dipshit. So just don't underestimate people. That's all I ask. Just treat people with the respect they deserve. And like the S13, I think earlier when he got into me, I think that he may have been bumped into me by the was that a Mustang? I don't know. The Mustang was kind of going towards a crowd, so it very well could have been a Mustang. God, I suck at this racetrack. So awful. Alright, so we're going to go around these last few corners. I don't need to be drifting. That's not what this video is about. Okay, thank you very much. And yeah, so you guys remember what I was saying about me just driving my race? Well, yeah, I actually won this race because those two wrecked. And that's what happens. When that happens on the last lap, dude, you're just going to walk away from them. I'll not really walk away because I only beat the Mustang by like a tenth. But anyway, I'll see you guys at the third race. Alright, so fucking finally I get to drive my S-Class car. I was waiting for this race for like, I don't know, it felt like forever. It was probably only like 15 minutes or so, but still, I wanted to drive my freaking Mercedes. So yeah, like, you know, like I was saying at the very beginning of this episode, or it's not an episode, this isn't a TV show. The beginning of this video is, I didn't have any S-Class cars, so I built this, and like, same with my Lexus in about 5 minutes or so, and this thing, okay, it's fucking fast, and really, really comfortable to drive. And this is such a perfect racetrack to take it to. Like, I was hoping for either this or for the daytime Sarthe, the entire circuit. That would have been a really fun place to take it as well. However, we didn't get that, so we got Silverstone, which, like I just said, I was more than happy to come here. I absolutely love this racetrack. As a racer, you know, it's the full circuit is an amazingly fun place to drive. I don't really care for racing on the shorter circuits unless that I am in a lower class car. Sorry, my fucking body is doing weird things right now. It's wigging the fuck out. But yeah, I love racing the full circuit in these really fast cars. Do you guys remember what I said about not underestimating your opponent? What the fuck was I doing with the camera? Oh, that's right. I was trying to see what the hell I was racing against. Anyway, so yeah, you guys remember whenever I said don't underestimate your opponents, all that jazz? I got a little too cocky, so I see these big old American Vipers, right? I love Vipers. I love American cars. It's not a bash on them. My favorite car is a 1969 Camaro Z28, so don't think that I'm hating on American cars or anything, but I see these things, I'm like, oh man, that thing's gonna be a handful, right? That dude right there in the blue Viper is in a fucking spaceship, okay? That thing is not from this world. It was built on Mars, he told me. I asked him where he built it. He's like, bro, I got it from Mars. Don't quit asking me how I tuned my car, because I don't know how they do it up there. Aliens and shit. Yeah, that thing is absolutely fucking fast. God, it's fast. I'm not even worthy to be in the same race as that thing. And this other Viper right here is this darker blue Viper, the one with the stripes on it, right in front of us. I could have just said that. That would have been a little bit easier. Because he's fast in a straight line. However, he and I are a little bit more evenly matched. And so yeah, you know, like I was saying, I just like built this car in like 5 or so minutes and threw on a really quick tune and realized that it was a good driving car. But this is the first time I actually raced it in a situation, and or in a racing. The first time I drove it in a racing situation. There we go. That's what I was looking for. And I was thoroughly impressed. I don't normally drive mid-engine cars very much. Oh god, don't come on, thank you. I was afraid he's going to come onto the racetrack too early. Yeah, I don't normally drive mid-engine cars too often because I don't like the way that their weight shifts whenever you're in the brakes, because it does that. You get like this four-wheel drift thing going on, and it I don't like it, okay? I just don't like it. But this thing, man, oh, it's so comfortable. So now that we're in the higher class, the highest class that's allowed to participate in this kind of race, we don't really have to worry about the faster cars. We don't have to worry about looking behind us or anything. And get off of the grass! Thank you. Yeah, we don't have to worry about any of the faster cars. However, we do have to worry about dipshits. Like this dude and this Hot Wheels Hot Rods. Really, dude? Get out of the way. I know, I understand you want to get up and race, and you want to be up there at the top of your class. But you see us coming, dude. Not only did the Viper have to knock you out of the way, but so did I. Just move. That's the only thing you have to deal with. Alright, that's it. Now, like I was saying earlier, I have absolutely nothing for that spaceship up in first place, that light blue Viper. So I'm more worried about just trying to hold my lines, stay with this guy right here. And unfortunately, this guy in this, what is that, a charge, a dart, some kind of something, I don't know. Monster paint skin kind of killed it. Unfortunately, he ran him wide and the Viper got onto the grass. So there wasn't really much of a race there. But yeah, this is just, this game mode is just, it's so much fun to play, man, because it's, you know, there's a lot of carnage in, you know, the strictly C or A class online lobbies, because first of all, there's 24 of you from a standing start going at the same time, and there's, you know, everyone's in the same classic car, so they're all just as powerful, and only about 4 or 5 of them can actually drive worth of shit. So yeah, this is just a really good way to get a good fix of racing with people, even if, like these guys, they're not in my class, but still fun to come catch up to them and see how your car does through traffic, you know. This is an overall really good way to come and test your car's abilities, test your ability, and yeah, all that cool jazz. Cool jazz. I don't listen to jazz. I don't know why I say jazz a lot, because I think it's jazzy and snazzy. So yeah, you know, this is probably what I'm going to be doing mostly now when I go online. I don't drift very often online in this game because people piss me off, which, yeah, I'm going to start now that I'm doing the YouTube videos. However, before I forget, that's the Viper again. Hi, Viper. Before I forget, tomorrow we're doing a Time Attack Tuesday again, and I'm not going to pick the car. I want you guys to pick the car. If you guys don't pick a car, I guess I will pick a car, but I want you guys to pick a car. It has to be B class. It can be any car that's lower than B class. You know, it can be in B class, stock, whatever. It doesn't matter what it is. It just has to be a B class car. And yeah, so I want you guys to pick the car. I have an idea of what I would like to do. I want to drive the 1990 something Mini Cooper because I think it'd be fun. But I love Mini Coopers. Don't judge me. I can feel you. Dude, stop judging me at your computer screen. I don't like it. I can feel it. Hurts my feeling. Not feelings. Feeling. The one that I have left. So yeah, anyway, you guys need to tell me what kind of car you guys want to see. And on Wednesday, I think we're going to do a drift build on Forza Horizon 2. My dog is like freaking out right now. Katie, what are you doing? Just chilling, I guess, whatever. So yeah, that's the plan for the next couple of days. And yeah, so and this car and this racetrack is flawless. I think I drove this thing for like an hour afterwards. And I took it to Nürburgring and even fell more in love. So I was going to buy a GTR for S-Class. Then I saw this thing. I wasn't aware that this car was in the game. Now, for the many of you that have played the Gran Turismo series, this was like the car for me. Like, way back, the very first game that I ever owned, way back when, was Gran Turismo 3. This was always the car that I wanted. I was never able to get it. I was never able to drive it. I don't know why I wanted it so bad, but I did. I just thought it looked awesome, and I was never able to get it. And, you know, it's just, I saw this car and I just fanboyed. I fanboyed all over the flip place. Had to clean it up. It was nasty. I had to go to the doctors afterwards. They told me that I needed to take a chill pill, but, you know, whatever. Yeah, so I saw this car and absolutely just lost my shit. I was so excited to build it. And I wish it was just a little bit faster, but I'd rather have a grippier car than a faster car. So I'll see you guys. I guess that's it. I'm just kidding. I'm back. So if you guys enjoyed this video, please let me know. I would love to know if you guys enjoyed it, because I would really like to enjoy. No, I would really like to make more videos like this. I had a lot of fun making it. A lot of fun doing these races. I'm going to play online more anyway, so it really doesn't make any fucking difference. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know. And tell me in the comments, tell me what S-Class car I should use, A-Class. Suggest cars to me, guys. I don't know what to build. I find the cars that I think look cool, and then go off that. If they look cool, this got to be a cool car, right? I wish, possibly, maybe. I don't know. So yeah. Don't forget to go back and watch some of my other videos. You guys might enjoy them. Also, follow me on Twitter, and I have a Facebook page now because I was bored and decided to make one. And I'll put a link to both of those in the description box, where all the little nonsense things that I always forget to talk about, hang out and chat about random stuff. And speaking of chatting, that's why you guys need to follow me on Twitter and Facebook, so we can chat, talk about cars and music and life and become friends, because we're cool like that. And yeah, anyway, I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah. So yeah, anyway, if you guys did enjoy this video, slay the like button and stay sideways and subscribe. I'm out.